Yo, what's going on everybody? My name's Cast. Welcome to my very first reaction to all of the Hunter x Hunter endings. So if you're new to my channel or you haven't seen the recent community post, I am actually going to be starting my reactions to Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter actually. I would say this is very comfortably the longest series I've ever attempted to do a reaction series for. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood and Haikyuu have been pretty long as well, but Hunter x Hunter I believe is 150 episodes or something like that. So it is going to be a bit of a long one. If you're new to my channel and want to know a little bit more about me, then stick around to the intro of the first episode reaction because I talk a lot about myself then. There's no time for all that now. However, if you have seen my videos before, then you'd know that before I start a series, I like to check out all of the openings beforehand. Now, this one is obviously a little bit different because I do know a few things about the show going into it. I know that there's 6 different openings, but it's always using the same song. So I asked the people in my Patreon, in my Discord, what exactly I should do about all that and if I should check out the openings and whatnot. The general consensus seems to be that the endings are actually a little bit more exciting to watch people react to than the openings because I guess it's 6 different songs and apparently the endings are pretty good. So for the first and probably for the last time ever, I'm going to be checking out the endings before I check out the openings. I'm actually not planning to do a separate openings reaction. What I'm going to do is I'm going to include my reaction to every one of the openings as they come out in the episodes in the Patreon cuts, which by the way, by the time this video goes up on YouTube, I will be this many episodes ahead over on Patreon. So if you want to check that out, please be sure to do so. But not only do you get early access, but you also get the extended length of all my reactions, which means there's more reaction and more discussion in each one of my videos over on Patreon. And like I said, the Patreon editions will always include my reactions to the openings as they come out in the episodes. Alright, promo done, sorry about that. So 2 really quick last things to note. I do know that one of the ending songs, and I'm not sure which, is sung by Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which is a band I'm a fan of. So I've actually probably heard the song. I'm pretty sure it's Just Awake. I've heard that song before. I've never seen the opening that it's paired with, or the ending rather, sorry. I'm gonna make that mistake a lot in this video, so just forgive me now. But I do know one of the songs that I'm going to hear. The rest of them I have no idea. The other thing to note is that Hunter x Hunter apparently has a lot of copyright issues, and anime stuff in general has a lot of copyright issues, so I'm going to try and keep the endings in this video as much as possible and the way it sounds and the way it looks as much as possible, but I will have to take some measures for copyright stuff. The other thing to note is that in the episodes I've watched so far, I've skipped the ending every single time, so this will be my genuine first time hearing all of these. Alright, with all that being said, thank you for bearing with me through that long-winded intro. I know I talk a lot, I'm sorry. With all that being said, we'll start with ending 1. Let's go. Oh, okay, so it's the first one. Yep, this is Fear and Loathing. Signature auto-tune. This is one of my favorite songs from them too. One of my most listened to. It's so catchy. I love this art too. I gotta focus on the visuals. I'll get too lost in the song. Oh yeah. No, they're in the Swindler Swamp. Oh, the one thing is, because I've seen a few episodes now, which you guys will see, I'm trying not to get spoiled by anything. I was told it'd be okay, but you know how I am. This is also the Japanese version of the song. I normally listen to the English one. Killua looking so cool, following with his hands in his pockets, of course. Oh, this song is so good. Ooh, Killua crying tears of blood. That's not good. Guys, I don't know how this is gonna get beat. That is an insanely good ending. Before we go to the next one, talk about that. I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't know how that's gonna get topped for me. I love Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, so it's like a bias going into it. But also, the visuals were just so nice. They had all those flashing lights, the falling, a lot of different characters showcased. That feels like a pretty iconic ending. I don't know if it is or not, but it feels iconic to me. I love that. It's gonna be really hard to beat. Hopefully I don't have much bias going into the next ones, like that I look down on them, but that set a really high bar. Is that the general opinion? Please let me know in the comments which of these endings is your favorite. I'm interested to hear. I'm interested to hear why. Is it because of the music? Is it because of the visuals? Let me know. Yeah, so that one's gonna be pretty hard to beat, but let's check out ending 2. Oh, this one feels very like classic Rocky. I don't know. It's different though. It's showing all the characters and like something that weighs them down, maybe like Gon and his father, Diorio and his studies. I guess his journey for medicine. Oh, what was that guy? Looked weird. Oh, this one's just got such like a powerful vibe to it. I feel like the show very much preserves its like early 2000s, late 90s vibes to it, even though this is a later adaptation. Some crazy looking character designs here too. There's like a whole mummy zombie in there. This guy looks cool. I'm recognizing less and less characters. Ooh, that ending was really nice too. That was a nice vibe to it. I want to see that again. Hold on, run that back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that goes hard. That goes unnecessarily hard. I don't know what I have to say about that one. That was just a really solid opening. It had that nice hype. It had that. I like the music so far. Both of these have been very, very my style as terms of music. Not that that was something I would normally listen to, because it's not, but that didn't take long to grow on me. Normally, I gotta admit, it's not something I'm necessarily proud of, but anime music tends to, I need to hear it a few times before I really get into it with some openings and endings. There's some openings that I love right now that I really didn't like the first time I heard it. So the fact that I like these right away, it's a pretty good sign. Hopefully they can keep this pace up, but I wouldn't be surprised at this point. A lot of Gon and Killua focus, like especially, I feel like, in these endings. And then there's a new character we haven't seen before. Very lighthearted so far, this one. You're in like Candyland. Although it is a little bit concerning that I'm not seeing Kurapika and Leorio. Hopefully we're all good there. So this feels like a more standard ending. Hopefully I'm not roasting this. Like, I'm not trying to say it's bad or anything. It's just like all right so far, I feel like. Good vibes though. You'll hear me talk about this in the show a little bit. It has this very light, childish presentation, but it also has these like tinges of maturity here and there that I'm really excited to see what the show grows into the more I watch it. I'm already getting the vibes really early on, and even from some of these endings. Granted, that one is probably somewhere midway through the show, but I can feel a little bit more of like a emotional maturity coming out of it. Like it's trying to invoke some like deeper emotions within me. And I don't know if that's me projecting, but that's what I get from it. So this is ending 4 of 6. We're already going through them real quick. Gon and Killua once again. This show is gonna have a pretty big cast of characters, I imagine, with it being so long. And with that, some will come and some will go. So I'm trying not to pay attention. I don't want to get accidentally like, oh, this character's not here anymore. Did they die? This one also feels more emotional. And the shots too. It invokes like melancholy or some bittersweet feeling. Kind of scares me a little bit. But it also, I feel like when I get to this point in the story, I'll really appreciate this ending. That's the feeling I get. Oh, it's nice and soft too. They don't even put like a lot of motion near the end there. I just like it. It's just this nice still shot. We hung on it for a while, and it's significant, right? Like it's obviously significant to the characters, to the emotion of the show at the time that this is happening. It just like wants to take this moment to rest there on that shot with them together, and that's nice. And kind of sad for some reason. I don't know why. That one was okay. As far as the music goes, I was listening while I'm talking, of course. Some people will say I talk too much. I'm sorry. I kind of have to because copyright, and also, I don't know about you, but I'm able to listen to something and think out loud at the same time. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm listening to the songs, I assure you. But yeah, I mean, that wasn't my favorite as far as music. So far, if I was to put them in an order, I would say my favorite from most favorite to least so far is probably just 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. 4 might be ahead of 3. I'm not sure, but I think 1's definitely my favorite and 2 has left the best impression after that. So now let's move on to ending 5. I'm also wondering now, are these all sung by the same band? Outside of the first one, of course. The vocalists sound similar. Oh my god, what is that? Looks like that guy from Parasite. So many interesting character designs too. Look at this, we got like Cell from Wish. I'm sorry, it's a joke. And they're like playing shogi. Pretty sure that's shogi. Wow, striking eyes on that one. Gon angry, Killua sad. This feels pretty like emotionally significant. Like I'll get it. I will get this shot whenever I watch the show. Whenever I get to that point in the show, of course. But even having no connection to any of these people, or even knowing what it is, who they are, it feels important and it feels grand. I like that one. That one was good. That one, I don't know if it's musically, I don't know if it's like up there with 1 and 2 for me. I would say it's probably 3rd place for me right now, without any context of anything, of course. But that one feels nice. I'm just looking at this ending shot here, and we got like an octopus. We've got like Machamp. We've got a lot of interesting looking characters here. I'm really excited for this show. I gotta say, the character designs are like not off-putting. I'm about to say something that's gonna trigger a lot of people. I like One Piece, and I've seen some of One Piece. I haven't seen all of it, but sometimes the character designs in that are not my favorite in the world, but it's very much stylistic. This show obviously has its own level of style as well, but I think this one is just, I might be a little bit more naturally inclined to like it. So far, so good at least. Although I don't know about the octopus. And with that being said, let's move on to the final ending, ending 6. I feel like we just came in the middle of that song. Damn, they're all suited up and looking good. Exploring Tanjiro's soul realm. This is definitely the same vocalist as the last one. This has got to be symbolic. Going through all the different phases of day and night. All the views. This kind of feels like, and this might be totally wrong, but sometimes shows do a special ending for the final episode. Maybe this is one of them. Because it's obviously a little more calm and normal than most visually. And we're fading to white. Aww. I don't know if this is confirmation because the photo feels a little bit sad, but I really hope all these guys are okay at the end of the story, because I like all of them so far. All right, well that was all 6 Hunter x Hunter endings. As far as a ranking, let me try and think about it for a second. I'm very heavy into the music, obviously, and because I haven't seen the show entirely yet, I've only seen the first 5 episodes at this point, I'm gonna be obviously a little bit more gravitated toward the musical content rather than the visual, because I don't have context for anything and I don't know very many characters yet. But as far as music goes, the first ending was my favorite, coming into that with full bias and admitting that. Then I'd probably go the second, and then I'd probably go the 5th and 6th, and then maybe 3 and 4. Hopefully, I don't come to regret that ranking afterwards, but that's what I felt on it the first time. Like I said, first time blind reactions, and that's just the first listen to. I'm sure it'll grow on me. I'm sure all of them would grow on me more and more the more I've listened to them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're here, and I hope you're excited when my Hunter x Hunter journey starts soon. It will be starting soon here on YouTube, but of course, if you want to check them out early, they're over on my Patreon, like I said. I don't want to plug that any harder. You get the point. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please be sure to leave a like on the video, leave a comment, say, I don't know, favorite ending, what you liked about it and why, and what you're looking forward to in the series for me. And with all that being said, thank you once again, and I'll catch you next time. Later.